everyone, what is up? It is Balloon. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how you doing? Hope you're all having a good Wednesday so far. Honestly, we've got quite a lot to get into in this video today. Firstly, I'm going to say I know a lot of people are sick of hearing about James Charles at the moment, but there's a lot of important things within this topic that I feel like need to be brought up. This isn't a funny ha-ha tea topic. This isn't people being shady. This is serious stuff, so let's get straight into it. First of all, we're going to get into a situation that happened between Marlene Estelle and James Charles last year in 2019 and 2018. James Charles and Marlene Estelle from Makeup Geek have had a bit of a back and forth, so we're going to get into that. Also, there's just a lot to unpack around this whole James Charles allegation situation. You've got the fact that he's spoken to minors, knowingly or unknowingly, you know, either way, whatever happened, he's spoken to minors, allegedly sent nudes to minors, which is a federal crime. Well, I can't even at this point. I know people are sick of hearing about it. I know people are saying, oh, all the drama channels are saying the same thing, but there's a reason for that. Also, speaking on the Marlene Estelle situation, you've got the way that James Charles has used his white male privilege. You've got the way that he's spoken down to Marlene Estelle. There's a lot of really kind of disgusting, manipulative stuff. Sorry for not looking fabulous today, by the way. I am going to be doing another video later on that will have makeup. So this video today, like I said, I want to get into this James Charles situation a little bit more. We're going to start off with a tweet that Marlene Estelle from Makeup Geek made yesterday regarding white male influencers and all the stuff that they get away with. So Marlene came out yesterday on Twitter and here's what she had to say. I don't know what else it's going to take to get this community to stop giving free passes to some simply because they're white males. If it was a POC or a woman, all hell would be breaking loose. The double standards are real. Marlene then followed up with a second tweet saying, this isn't to say all white males are problematic, because that's not the case, but you can't say that if any other group of people did half these problematic things, they wouldn't be allowed on here. It's insane. Before we go any further in this video, I'm going to remind you of an altercation between Marlene Estelle and James Charles that happened in 2019. James Charles was very derogatory in the way that he spoke to Marlene Estelle on Twitter. We're going to get into that right now. At this point in time, Marlene was coming out with a Netflix documentary kind of about behind the scenes in the beauty industry, and James Charles, of course, had something to say about it. This thing started when Marlene Estelle tweeted out about filming for a documentary on Netflix that was to air in 2019. James Charles quote tweeted that saying, this woman knows nothing about the industry other than blaming her bad business decisions and personal issues on influencers. At Netflix, this is absurd and I'd love to get in a room together to show you the non-biased outline I've already made on this subject that documents all sides. When this happened, people on Twitter went mad. They were really angry at James for calling her this woman and everything like that. I remember people kicked off about it. But then the following day, James Charles came out and made some kind of weird non-apology for the situation. He said, I regret how I handled things yesterday on Twitter regarding Marlene Estelle and Netflix. I've apologised to Marlene privately, but I owe her a public apology too, and I'm sorry for undermining her. I acted childishly out of anger, and I shouldn't have blamed her for her participation. James then followed that up with, I do not, however, apologise for being passionate about the industry I work in and for wanting my community/followers to be able to make educated decisions based on factual, unbiased information. I look forward to the documentary and hope to speak with her soon about our opposing viewpoints. So you guys can see in that moment there, James Charles came at Marlene Estelle with a very, very shitty, entitled attitude. It really wasn't a very good look for James at all. So just to refer back to Marlene's tweet from yesterday, do you think that she was right to call out problematic white male influencers? Let me know about that in the comments down below. Moving on, we're going to get into James Charles and these allegations. People have been coming forward calling James Charles out, such as Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast. Ethan wrote, so would you say James Charles' type is more straight men or children? Just wondering with peace and love. That's shady as fuck, but you know what? I'm here for it. Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas also had a lot to say about the James Charles situation on their podcast, Frenemies. Now, if you didn't watch, go and watch. It was funny, but also, you know, they made some great points.
How about any situation you're in where you need to be asking for a copy of ID and passport means that you fucked up already.
Yeah, like, don't. Don't go further.
Also, we act so surprised that the guy responded. It's like, you literally went from Instagram to Snapchat, the one platform that's basically made for predators.
Yeah, literally.
To creep on fans.
Yeah.
Followed him, and then you're shocked that he answered back to you.
That's so weird. And he's like someone who could potentially be great. You're on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's looking to... I thought I was going to marry the guy. In the excitement of meeting someone, yada, 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 I didn't ask for ID. It's now clear, based on the video he uploaded, he was taking photos of me with another device and had an ulterior motive from the beginning. Bitch, you followed him.
Right.
How are you going to accuse him of having an ulterior motive? He's one of like 20 million people that follows you. He's just sitting by his fucking bed waiting. Oh, James Charles is going to follow me back any second now. Bitch, you followed him, you fucking creep, liar, bitch, predator. Fuck you. I hate him.
I hate him. Because the fact that he's even trying to frame it like he had ulterior motives in the beginning.
This literally doesn't make any sense, dude. You followed him on Instagram and Snapchat, you pathetic predator bitch.
Oh my God. Knowing this kid is
Fucking
young.
hate
He
him.
looks young. Like if he looks young.
I'll show you a photo after I'm done reading this. It says he's 16 in his profile.
Yeah, it's also not hard to like, if you're doing that amount of research where you like found his Snapchat, Instagram, like you could find his age, birthday, something.
Or let's say you don't know his age for sure, but you could definitely see he's young. So let's just play it on the safe side and not start sending news to someone who might be 18 or might be 17 and a half, might be 16. You creepy fuck.
Yeah, even if someone sent me news like a guy to a girl, like it's just like, ew. Just like calm down for a second.
I love this thing about ulterior motives. Like, I'm sorry, dude. If anyone had ulterior motives, it was you trying to act like you were interested in this family. Really, all you wanted to do was fucking beat off to a child, you fuck.
Yeah, that's a messed up. That's
ulterior motives. Fuck you, dude. Chris Hansen, step in. Chris Hansen, kick this motherfucker's door down, throw a smoke, throw a flashbang, and block this motherfucker up.
Are we team Chris Hansen now?
I'm team whoever's calling in the SWAT team on him.
Maybe just police. I don't know if the SWAT team needs to be involved.
Later in the day, he said. So anyway, later in the day, he said a few things that made me question the validity of his original age answer, and I asked him to confirm his age again. He admitted he was 16. I told him I was really uncomfortable and apologized for flirting, but he insisted on continuing talking. Of course, it's his fault this conversation is taking place, saying it would be our little secret. He's a fan of mine and would never tell anyone. Oh, well, he's 16, Jim, so maybe you shouldn't even mention anything he said, and it's all your fucking fault. I told him I wasn't okay with this. He started getting upset, and at this point, I unfriended him. We haven't spoken since. I'm not victim blaming him, yes you are. Or victimizing myself, yes you are. Simply sharing what happened, and what happened was not okay. After false allegations like this in the past are not false, you admit that it's true.
Yeah.
I would never knowingly engage with anyone underage.
Knowingly.
Yeah, knowingly. It's easy to unknowingly do it when you don't ask or look or do any due diligence at all. Because of situations like this, instead of taking someone's word for it, I now will ask to see the ID of passport of every guy I have a conversation with. So his
It's not
pledge,
a conversation either.
his pledge is not to stop.
Yeah, it's just to ask for ID now for verification.
It's just to ask for photo ID. I'm sorry, dude, but you are a danger to society.
And he's not even taking like a sabbatical. Like he's not even like Chris D'Elia where he's like, I'm going to like disappear for a few months and maybe like
Exactly.
He's like back. He's like
You would think he would like take a moment to reflect, but he's like, this guy's a fucking liar. And let me pull up. Can you see my phone, Dan?
These people think they're
There.
invincible.
Literally, his latest tweet is "Good morning, what sunshine."
Then at that point, live on the Frenemies show, Ethan Klein went on to quote tweet James Charles' good morning tweet saying, enjoying your last few good mornings before going to prison, and put the sunshine emoji just to really take the piss out of James, coming back acting like nothing's happened when he's got all these allegations out against him. Other people under James Charles' good morning post have said things like, good morning. Seriously, you're not going to make a video addressing the grooming allegations, also grooming 3 underage boys? Disgusting. How have you not learned from the first time? Also underneath that same good morning tweet, Adam said, therefore, you've admitted committing a crime on multiple occasions. You, your team, your parents, your friends should all be ashamed. If you had anything about you, you would hand yourself into the authorities and save your victims any more danger. Kevin James Bennett tweeted, it doesn't matter if a person says they're 18, people lie. If you don't demand proof and they're underage, it's your fault, not theirs. That's the law. Besides, at almost 22 years old, you're the age of a college senior. Why are you still pursuing 18-year-old high schoolers? YouTube commentator Repzilla said, this isn't your average run-of-the-mill mistake, nor is it the first time this has happened. You say you didn't ask for ID. You sent and received inappropriate images with a minor. You broke federal law. I want to know how you intend to tackle the issue. Drama channel Rich Lux said, you're really going to cancel Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star but give James Charles a pass. Hypocrites, that's the internet for you. While a lot of James Charles' young teenage fans are defending his behaviour, saying things like, oh, well, the victims have lied, oh, it's their fault they lied about their age. A lot of people are coming out trying to defend these actions from James Charles when James Charles is very clearly the one in the wrong. But some of James Charles' fans or followers are calling for James to come and address the situation in a more official way. I've seen quite a lot of people tweeting at him to handle this. Sarah wrote, for those who may be unaware, you can't use ignorance of the law as a defence. The onus is on the adult to make sure no laws are being broken. No judge wants to hear, but I didn't know, or I trusted a minor's word before sending naked pics. Those won't negate federal crimes. In response to Marlene Estelle's tweet from yesterday, Christina said, I believe if he was a straight male messaging underage girls, he would also be persecuted, but he gets another pass. Some people are now even calling for James Charles to be dropped by Morphe. Honestly, I do agree with these people. I do think that if they're going to kick Jeffree Star out and Shane Dawson for past behaviour, past jokes, then why are they still holding on to James Charles? Okay, everyone, so I'm going to leave this little video right here. I'm going to wrap it up now. Honestly, for me, I definitely feel like there's a lot to unpack in this situation. I'm really willing to hear all your guys' thoughts and opinions down below. Do let me know as well if you think that brands like Morphe should continue working with James Charles after all of the stuff that has come out about him in the last couple of days. One other point that I want to talk about is, why is it with everything that he's done, like every bad scandal, every situation that he's found himself in, why is it that YouTube is so protective of James Charles? What has he got over YouTube? What kind of hold, what kind of power has James Charles got over YouTube? If you remember his show, Instant Influencer, where he was finding the next big makeup influencer, his show was on YouTube, so he's had a lot out of YouTube during his career. Why are they not doing anything about James Charles and this predatory behaviour? It is dangerous. So why aren't YouTube stepping in and being like, oh, hey, this person is committing crimes. Why don't we deplatform them? This is all current stuff. We're talking about stuff that has happened in the last kind of year, 2 years, and in the present day as well. So do you think that Morphe should give James Charles the boot like they did with Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star? To be honest, I think, yeah, keep the same energy. It would only be fair. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.